It has... The atmosphere in Southern California is normally laid back, but that's not the way it is tonight as we get set for Game 6, where either the Lakers will capture the World Championship or the Sixers will have fought back once again to force a 7th and deciding game on Thursday. Good evening, everyone. I'm Dick Stockton. LA would naturally want to win before the home fans, and the Sixers would still like to become the first team in NBA history to come from behind 3-1 in a championship series and go all the way. This series has been filled with dazzling performance by a remarkable array of stars in games that have been breakneck speed and pacing. And it also has been a bizarre series and unusual in that, with the exception of game number 1, the team that has had the early footing and has taken control has ultimately blown out their opponent. How they do in a down-to-the-wire close game still remains to be seen, and hopefully we'll have that contest today. We already talked about Kareem and how important he is as a player, but he has been suffering from migraine headaches and as a result missed the final workout this afternoon. He is in uniform, and how will the headaches affect him in this game? Will they?
I don't think they're going to affect me at all. I had one early this morning and it's passed, and the aftermath of it is passed. I feel fine.
Are you especially primed to come out for this particular game after the beating you took against Philadelphia in the 5th game?
Yeah, I think that everybody on our team wants this game very badly, and we're going to do everything we can to take it.
Kareem is looking for his 3rd title. Here's a man that won 11 with the Boston Celtics, Bill Russell, another great center. And Russ, you know how important the center position, particularly Kareem's position, is. What is he feeling coming into this game? How will he do?
Well, with the confidence of all great players, he has to know that if he plays great, his team will win. And he has to go out there and say, well, I'm going to play great tonight, and the results will be evident.
Pressure on which team?
The pressure will probably be on the Lakers, because it already has been conceded that they are a great team. Now, in order to be a great team, you have to win. And if they don't win tonight, I don't think that they can go into Philadelphia and beat the 76ers.
You know, the people here at the Forum are in a festive mood. They expect a celebration, but I remember one time that a celebration never really came off here at the Forum. You know about it. What happened?
My last game as a professional, we played here in the Forum, and we got in the building, and there was 10,000 balloons up there. 10,000 of them, about 25 cases of champagne. And they had a program all typed out. Said, what we're going to do after the Lakers win the game tonight. And someone put one of the programs in our locker room. And so I said to my players, because I was coaching at the time, I said, for you guys that can read this.
That's all they needed, right?
That was it.
Hopefully the Lakers won't make the same mistake twice. Also with us is Brent Musburger, who has some thoughts on this NBA World Championship. Brent?
Dick, thank you very much. You know, we are blessed in this country with three major team sports that are a very important part of our culture: basketball, baseball, and football. Yet basketball is the only one with true worldwide acceptance. From Brazil to deep into the heart of the Soviet Union, basketballs are dribbled across political and philosophical boundaries. Basketball truly is a sport for every land. And our stage tonight is a very unique American setting. Los Angeles is that seductive combination of wanderlust, tinsel, sunshine, and a lot of pleasure for pleasure's sake. You can see that basketball is the common language which unites all of these people in the forum tonight. It cuts across the socio-economic groups. The beautiful people are here tonight, and down at courtside for each of those seats, to watch that closely, you would pay $90. The cheapest seat in the forum tonight, way up on top, that'll go for $15, so it helps to have money in Southern California. Now, most of the folks in the forum tonight are pulling for the Lakers to win this championship. But because in Los Angeles there are so many transplanted Easterners who have not forgotten their original loyalties, there are some folks who want very much for Julius Erving to walk away with that championship. And you know, frequently we undervalue the tremendous skills of the NBA players. They become blurred with their effortless grace. But it is now time for the sixth game of this NBA championship, and you are going to see the game's finest go for the sport's highest prize, the NBA title. So sit back and relax. It's showtime.
Good evening, ladies and gentlemen, and welcome to Game 6 of the 1982 NBA World Championship Series between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Los Angeles Lakers. Now let's meet the starting lineups of the Eastern Conference champions, the Philadelphia 76ers. Starting at guard in his fourth season from West Texas State, number 10, Maurice Cheeks. Maurice Cheeks starting at guard. Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to Game 6 of the 1982 NBA World Championship Series between the Philadelphia 76ers and the Los Angeles Lakers. Now let's meet the starting lineups of the Eastern Conference champion, the Philadelphia 76ers. Starting at guard in his fourth season from West Texas State, number 10, Maurice Cheeks. At the other guard in his second year from Southwest Louisiana, number 22, Andrew Toney. Starting at center in his ninth season from Albany State, number 11, Caldwell Jones. Starting at forward in his eighth campaign from North Carolina, number 24, Bobby Jones. And at the other forward in his 11th season from Massachusetts, number 6, the Dr. Julius Erving. And the head coach of the 76ers, Billy Cunningham. And now let's meet the starting lineups of the Western Conference champions, the Los Angeles Lakers. Starting at forward in his first season from Santa Clara, number 31, Kurt Rambis. At the other forward in his eighth season from UCLA, number 52, Jamaal Wilkes. Starting at guard in his fifth season from Duquesne, number 10, Norm Nixon. At the other guard in his third year from Michigan State, number 32, Urban Magic Johnson. And starting at center in his 13th season from UCLA, number 33, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. And introducing the head coach of the Los Angeles Lakers, Pat Riley. So without question, we have a roused audience here in Los Angeles for game number 6 as Billy Cunningham gives his final instructions to the 76ers. And over at the Laker huddle, Pat Riley talks to his team.
Such debris can cause serious injury, and violators are subject to ejections action and around. We also remind you that any spectator going onto the court interrupting play in any manner will be ejected and stopped.
And the Lakers are ready. They won against this team 2 years ago, but as Brent Musburger said, Julius Erving has never won an NBA world title. This man has, and he may be coming out with a vengeance after the jostling and the muscling he took in game number 5. And Caldwell Jones, the quiet warrior on this Philadelphia ball club, one of the best defensive centers in the league. We're set to go, game number 6. Lakers lead 3 games to 2. And Kurt Rambis of the Lakers controls the tip. And Norm Nixon, the quarterback of the team, will be opposed by Mo Cheeks, the classic matchup of 2 outstanding point guards. Toney is guarding Magic Johnson. And they go to the big guy, double team Magic Johnson. And pressure by Nixon on the backcourt. Very important as to how Philadelphia responds in the early going. When they've been flat, they've been very, very flat. Wilkes is on Toney. Caldwell Jones outside. Kareem is with him all the way. Going to the hoop by Kareem, and Magic comes down with it to Nixon. He has Wilkes on his left. Wilkes. This is a Lakers start, even though we have a long, long way to go. Andrew Toney looking for help, swinging the ball away to the Julius Erving. The Lakers have opened up with a vengeance, and Billy Cunningham wants a timeout. It's 6-0, and the crowd hasn't stopped cheering yet.
So far, Kareem has made himself very important in this game.
The NBA on CBS. Tonight's game is sponsored by Chevrolet and your local Chevy dealer from coast to coast. Lowenbrau. When it's time for the taste of a truly great beer, let it be Lowenbrau. And by AC Telco General Motors Corporation. Over 50 years of quality automotive replacement components.
The Lakers are 3 for 3, all layups. How important, Bill Russell, is it for the Sixers to get back in a hurry?
It's very important for them to establish themselves in the game. So far, they haven't gone inside, but they have now, and the Lakers are up to it. Now, the Lakers are starting out, their sneakers are not touching the floor. They're so high and ready.
Loose ball after Nixon's miss, kicked out of bounds. Philadelphia, loose ball foul, and it's against the Lakers, and it's Kurt Rambis who commits the personal foul. The officials in tonight's game, Darryl Garrettson and Jack Madden, and Ed Rush is the alternate who sits over at the scorer's table. So Philadelphia has tried to get inside, but they've come away with nothing. Bobby Jones' shot hits the side of the backboard. So the Sixers are obviously tight. Not the Lakers. The basket counts and a foul on a feed to Jamaal Wilkes. But it was a 3-man play from Kareem to Magic to Jamaal Wilkes, who's having trouble with his outside shot. That one was a great percentage shot for him. Foul on Bobby Jones, his first, and it's an 8-0 game, the Lakers.
As I was saying, the Lakers are sky high. Now, the Sixers are going to have to get back into this game, get into the flow of things. They're going to have to slow the ball game. They have to move it. They don't shoot well. They don't move the ball.
The outlet pass practically to midcourt. Andrew Toney, and the trap. That is not an illegal defense, by the way. That is okay to trap the team. They double team the man with the ball, try to find a free man. The Sixers are obviously unraveled in the early moment. Andrew Toney trying to get him started. Can, and Magic comes down with it. A 3-on-2, but Julius knocks the ball into the hands of Mo Cheeks. Rambis hits the ground, nothing called, and now another steal almost by Magic. It'll be Philadelphia ball, but the Sixers are tight, 0 for 5, and the Lakers are rolling.
And not one of the 5 shots was a good shot.
9:48 remaining in the first period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell in what could be the deciding game. Julius Erving hits outside. The Doctor averaging 24 points a game. He had 23 in red-hot shooting in the second half Sunday. Jamaal Wilkes Guarded by Toney. A 3-inch height advantage. Hasn't been a factor so far. Into Kareem. Double team for the moment with Cheeks and Caldwell Jones. And we'll have a whistle called. And we'll have a 3-second violation called against Los Angeles. So that'll turn it over and give it to the 76ers, who have struggled here at the Forum. They have not had much success here in Los Angeles against this team since 1972. Andrew Toney. And a loose ball foul.
Bobby Jones.
Bobby Jones, second personal foul. If Philadelphia has to shoot from outside to get any points, they're going to be in deep trouble.
They are not effective shooting outside unless they do it off of penetration. If Maurice Cheeks and one of their guys can penetrate and then pass off, they shoot very well from the outside. But if they just pass the ball down the perimeter, they do not shoot very well from the outside. Now they're double teaming Kareem. But there's a sky hook or a jump. Well, that's better than a sky hook.
Foul is on Caldwell Jones. Basket does not count. And Darryl Dawkins has come in the ball game replacing Bobby Jones. That's not a good sign for Philadelphia. Jones has had a good game on Sunday. Dawkins had his best game of the series with 20 points. Inside, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar misses, and Caldwell Jones the rebound. He told me yesterday, I have to set the tempo and get that defensive board for the team to do well and do this, as Mo Cheeks penetrates for the bucket. And they're going to call a foul on the 76ers, a loose ball foul on Andrew Toney. And for Toney, his first personal foul. And Billy Cunningham is off the bench.
Don't tell me that.
Cunningham yelling at Darryl Garrettson. He played on the last Sixer championship team in 1967. Lakers by 5. Sixers trying to get back into the flow before they fall way behind, as LA red hot.
And they call another foul on Andrew Toney, I think.
Andrews Toney's second personal foul. He has not had much foul trouble in this series, but in previous series he's had, and that could cripple the Sixers if he's not effective, because they need him for his offense. He scored 31 points on Sunday, and in the playoffs has gone over the 30 mark 6 times.
Now the Lakers have got off very well and have controlled the tempo. Consequently, they've been shooting much better than the Sixers. But the Sixers are a team that it takes them sometimes a pretty good while to get started. But the key to their game has to be when Maurice Cheeks penetrates or makes a couple outside shots and gets them off, because then they shoot very well, especially when he penetrates.
They find and they overthrow Julius Erving. He controls the ball. They have 13 seconds on the clock, and Caldwell Jones misses inside. Darryl Dawkins makes no mistake on the follow-up. The 76ers have to watch out on defense because they have picked up 5 fouls in 3 minutes and 30 seconds, and now a technical foul has been called on Billy Cunningham, and he is enraged on the Sixers sideline, and if he gets hit with another one, he'll have an early exit here. Magic Johnson will shoot the technical. He has been the best free throw shooter in the series at 80% for LA. Lakers scored the first 9 points. Sixers have come back somewhat. It's 12-6 LA. Nearly 4 minutes gone by in the first period.
That's the first technical foul that's been made, I think, in this series.
A lot have been called, mostly by illegal defenses, which means the second transgression called by the official. Cheeks is on Magic, gets it into Rambis. The Lakers are treating the Sixers as they did in games 3 and 4 when it was no contest. Caldwell Jones up top, inside, against Rambis. Darryl Dawkins draws the foul. So Rambis fouls Dawkins, who will shoot.
Now, if Darryl Dawkins has a good game.
Wilkes to Rambis on a knee pass. That's Johnson to Rambis, we should say.
And take that, large person.
So Dawkins is on the line. That's team foul number 2 on the Lakers. Sixers are already over the limit.
If Darryl Dawkins has a good game and doesn't get any early foul trouble, the Sixers are a very different team, and they're a much better team and much more effective because he does things for them. He closes the middle down, and he gives them another outside shooter.
Steal by Julius Erving. He's got Cheeks and Mo going to the hoop, and that's what Philadelphia has to do. They're no good in a half-court game, the way their style is. But Norm Nixon comes right back and hits, and that's what LA does so well. They'll score off of your basket. A 6-point LA lead, 7 minutes and 10 seconds remaining first period. Lakers clogging the middle and double-teaming Andrew Toney, an explosive scorer. Maurice Cheeks working against Nixon and fires up a long-range shot. Kareem the rebound. Had great position. Here's Magic, who already has 5 points, 3 rebounds, 3 assists, and a blocked shot. Plenty of time on the 24-second shot clock. Magic controlling. The MVP 2 years ago in the championship series against these Sixers. Good flip from Kareem. Knocked away, and it's not recovered by Kareem, and he made a valiant effort. Philadelphia ball, and the crowd gives Kareem an ovation for his hustle.
And if people thought that even with that fast start the Lakers had, that they were going to run away with this game, they're in for a long evening, because this Philadelphia team, once they get into their rhythm, they can play with anyone.
Julius goes inside on a perfectly executed play. What are the signs that Philadelphia was coming back when it was 9-0, Bill?
Well, when Julius started to work defensively, he set the pace for them. They started to play better defense. They made a couple of steals, and that's the way their offense generated, from their defense.
Kareem's, it is still LA ball as he's going against Darryl Dawkins. LA won the Pacific Division by 5 games over Seattle. Philadelphia lost by 5 games to Boston, but the Sixers won a dramatic 7th game series for the Eastern Championship over at Boston. Wilkes still can't find that jump shot. He said, I hope to find it in LA, and I only need it for 1 game. The Doc across to Toney. Baseline jumper short. Tipped up, and Caldwell Jones makes in a tremendous, incessant effort. And on Sunday, every time Julius Erving had a rebound, offensive or defensive, the Sixers scored on Sunday. And that is an incredible fact. Into Rambis, good position inside. Kurt Rambis, who has played his best ball in the first quarter of games in the playoff. McAdoo will come in, a big story there. Rambis is 3 for 3. 4-point Laker lead, 5:25 to go first period. And the foul is called against Jamaal Wilkes, and that will be the 3rd team foul on the Lakers. And Bob McAdoo has come into the ball game for Los Angeles. McAdoo had 23 points and has been a savior since being acquired Christmas Eve from the Nets.
And he gives them another good outside shooting threat, so they can open up so that Kareem can get that sky up a little better.
Dawkins and Magic, the leading rebounder on both teams in this series, got the rebound on Dawkins' miss. Good stop-and-go move by Nixon. Offensive foul on the elbow called against the Lakers after Nixon made a fine move, and Caldwell Jones was there, and the personal foul is on Nixon.
Now here's Nixon penetrating. He gets in there, and now there's the foul right there when he put that left hand out.
First personal on Norm Nixon, does not count as a team foul. Philadelphia trailing by 4 points. LA trapping. Michael Cooper has come in the game, known for his defense, but he can score as well. Maurice Cheeks misses. Magic Johnson, another rebound. Gets it out to Nixon. He's the man that makes it go. And Cooper, no one picked up Cooper, and the Sixers have to get back on defense against this dazzling fast break of the Lakers.
And this group that they have out there, with the exception of Kareem, they are exceptionally fast people, so that their fast break is very devastating. Good pass shot by Darryl Dawkins.
Dawkins has 6 points. He is the high scorer for Philadelphia. Rambis, who's on the bench, was 3 for 3 for 6 points for the Lakers. And the one thing the Sixers don't want to see is Kareem Abdul-Jabbar and Bob McAdoo in the lineup at the same time. McAdoo can hit the outside shot and is tough inside. Kareem is fouled going in, and he'll go to the line to shoot. And coming into the ball game, Bobby Jones back in there replaces Julius Erving, who goes out with 4. Here's Bobby Jones. And when Bobby Jones is scoring, the running game is on. Julius goes out with 4 points. Foul on Dawkins. Kareem shooting 2.
Now, both the teams have settled down now. The Lakers came out, and their sneakers, I said, their sneakers weren't touching the floor. Now they're down into the game where we got to face up, guys, and let's play ball.
Possible to come out, as the Sixers think they've had in the past, too emotional at the top.
Yes, you can very easily.
And there's an air ball on the
you
free
get
throw.
down, and it's so hard to get it back up. And that's why a lot of coaches try to get their guys not to come out so emotional. so they can come out and play in an even game.
4 minutes and 10 seconds remaining in the first period. Lakers leading 3-2 against Philadelphia. Cheeks penetrating, and a baseline jumper by Andrew Toney doesn't drop, and McAdoo gets it out to Nixon. LA wants to run. That's their style, and they do it so well because they have so many good passers. McAdoo hits. Bob McAdoo.
That's the outside shot that opens up the offense for the Lakers.
They have Kareem to do the damage inside. McAdoo practically unstoppable with that jump shot outside. 3:39 remaining in the first period. Dawkins going to the hoop. Interesting about Darryl Dawkins right now.
He seems to be playing very much under control.
McAdoo commits the foul, and that is that Dawkins has not had good back-to-back games. He's had his best contest in games 1, 3, and 5. Has not been effective in games 2 and 4, but he's off to a good start here.
And he's playing much more under control. I think that a lot of the publicity in the papers here were about the fouling that they thought he did in the previous games. And so maybe he's backing off a little bit enough so he won't get in foul trouble.
He has 8 points, the high score in the ball game is Darryl Dawkins, who came from high school to the pro ranks, and he's muscling Kareem, fronted him, and the follow-up shot by Michael Cooper inside. Philadelphia cannot afford for LA to get those second shots when they do well defensively, as they presumably did there. Maurice Cheeks gives up the dribble out to Dawkins. McAdoo is giving Dawkins a shot the way he's playing it. Under 3 minutes to go, first period, and Magic Johnson fouls Bobby Jones, and that'll be the 15th foul on the Lakers, and Bobby Jones will go to the line. Earvin Magic Johnson, MVP in the playoffs in 1980, and a candidate once more to win the top player award. But Philadelphia very much in it after falling behind 9-0, and with 2:56 to go in the first period, we have a timeout. Don't forget our double-barrel coverage of the Memphis Open begins Saturday, 3:30 Eastern Time on CBS Sports. We talked about Magic Johnson is the top rebounder in this series. He is the 3rd player in history to corral 700 rebounds and dish 700 assists in a season. Only Oscar Robertson and Wilt Chamberlain achieved that. And what makes that such an incredible statistic, Bill?
You have to be strong enough to rebound, and you have to be a good enough passer and get your teammates to believe in your passing enough to cut to the basket and to make the shots. It's 2 very diverse skills: strength, good vision, and great passing.
Bobby Jones misses a free throw, which is rare for him, and even more amazing, misses both. Speaking of Magic with the ball, he already has 5 rebounds tonight and 4 assists, so he's off to a fine start. Michael Cooper, guarded by Bobby Jones, goes up with a jump shot. Michael Cooper had an incredible game Sunday, hitting 8 of 11 from the field for 18 points, a career scoring high in the playoffs. He hasn't missed yet in 3 tries. 2:35 to go, first period. Dawkins moving inside and setting a screen, and we'll have an LA foul. Magic says Dawkins should be called for it, but they get Magic with it, and it's his 2nd foul, and they'll go to the line to shoot this one.
Well, as he was going by, Dawkins says, there's no hurry. Now here's the play. Dawkins is setting the pick, and as he goes by, he just holds him just a little bit there.
Jamaal Wilkes has come back in. Magic Johnson goes out with 2 personal fouls, and Clint Richardson, who has been an effective 3rd guard, is in there. He had a playoff high Sunday with 11 points with 5 rebounds. What makes him such a good rebounder, I only asked him yesterday, he's 6'2", he's not 6'3" as he's listed. He says, I learned in Seattle to move without the ball. You're amazed what kind of opportunities come up. That's Clint Richardson. McAdoo with a screen from Kareem. What's so tough is that quick release and the shot off the move. He doesn't put the ball down. He just goes up with it on the run. Clint Richardson off balance and off the glass. Kareem clears. And here come the Greyhounds. They got 4 men down. Philadelphia also comes back on defense to slow it up. Winding down at 2 minutes to go in the first half. McAdoo. He has never won a championship, even though he's won just about every other honor in pro basketball. And the biggest lead of the game now, 10 points for the Lakers. Cheeks controlling in the corner. Knocked away by Kareem, out of bounds. We want to remind you at halftime, We will have live comments by Larry Holmes, the heavyweight champion, and Jerry Cooney, the challenger. John Madden is with Cooney in Las Vegas, and Brent Musburger on the two-way will be talking with Larry Holmes coming your way at halftime.
And Larry Holmes is a big 76er fan.
Big fight coming up Friday. Heavyweight championship, and they're both watching the game in Vegas. Darryl Dawkins hits the jump shot for 10 points. He's 4 for 5. The alley-oop play to Michael Cooper, which they've dubbed Koopaloop, doesn't work, and now on a 4-on-3, Dawkins is called for the offensive foul as he drives McAdoo into that stanchion, and he does it hard. 2 fouls on Dawkins.
I think maybe the next time they may be tempted to let him shoot that. Now here it comes. Well, there's McAdoo right there. That is a marvelous athlete that just made that move.
And for a guy to stand there and take that charge, that says something
Discretion
too.
is not necessarily the greater part of valor.
1 minute, 10 seconds to go. Kareem misses the alley-oop. McAdoo in a crowd. Bobby Jones gets it to Dawkins. He wants it to a ball handler. He finds Cheeks. Cheeks is in the lane. Knifes his way through on a fine play. The tip in by Bobby Jones. His first points of the game. And a 6-point lead now for the Lakers when they're under a minute to play in the first. And they're going the other way. Offensive foul called against Los Angeles. Kareem, his first foul. Vehemently protesting that to Jack Madden.
32. What Darryl Dawkins did on that last play was he pushed Kareem enough to make Kareem react, and they caught the second one.
LA's turned it over now 7 times to once for Philadelphia. Dawkins is on the bench. Job well done for Darryl with 10 points. Caldwell Jones replaces him, but Bobby Jones misses the outside shot, and they tie it up inside. Philadelphia still, despite a few instances of good execution, doesn't seem really smooth out there with some outside shots as rain is concerned.
Well, they're really smooth considering the defense. The Lakers are a great defensive team, and it's hard once you get behind in catching up to really have a smooth offense.
But Sunday, they looked awfully smooth. It'll be Philadelphia ball as Nixon can't save it. So having the lead, as we said at the top, so important in this series.
Both of these teams are so tough that once they get a lead, it's hard to catch up because they handle the ball so well and they take care of it.
Still Philadelphia ball. They have 22 seconds on the clock. That's the 24-second clock. You're looking at the game clock there. Bobby Jones will inbound. He has 2 points. Dawkins with 10, the leading scorer. 3 players have 6 for Los Angeles. Julius, fancy behind his back, trying to double team him. Get the ball inside, blocked by McAdoo. McAdoo shot, blocks the shot. Jamaal Wilkes at the other end. Rambis. Foul. Good hustle by Kurt Rambis. Clint Richardson the foul.
And that's one of the things that makes the Lakers so tough. They get inside and they pound the boards. They're one of the best rebounding teams in basketball. And here's one of the reasons. Kurt Rambis is really giving them another strong guy on the offensive board.
Free agent, was a number 3 draft choice by the New York Knicks. Many of you know his story already. He played in Athens, Greece last year, won a job on a tryout as Toney comes back in the game. And then when Mitch Kupchak went down with an injury in December, Rambis ultimately wound up with a power forward's job. And has been superb as the dirty work underneath. And all they want from his defense and rebound. Mitch Kupchak will undergo his second operation on his knee tomorrow. Final seconds of the first period. Lakers by 6. Andrew Toney, who has yet to score in this game. He's averaging nearly 25 and a half. Finally hits the bucket at the buzzer to bring Philadelphia to within 4. And that is the end of the first period. The Lakers 30, the 76ers 26. And the NBA on CBS will continue after this word from your local station. These are the teams that have come back after being down 3-2. By the way, the Sixers could be only the second team in history to force a 7th game after trailing 3-1 if they win. As we told you, Bill Russell's Boston teams did it twice, and of course the big balloon game was one of them. It's tough to come back you know, from 3-2 in a series like this. But Philadelphia came back after not scoring for 2 minutes and 20 seconds at the start of the ball game. And what engineered their comeback, at least to be within 4?
Their defense picked up. They're a team that they need their defense to generate offense. If they're playing bad defense, they don't shoot well. When they're playing good defense, it seems to pick up their shooting rhythm. And so I think the key play was when Julius Erving stole the ball out of the corner, blocked the shot, and came up with it, and they went down and scored because they got him moving defensively.
They led the league in block shots and steals. They were not an outstanding rebounding team during the regular year. Start of the second period, the alley-oop to Bobby Jones. He can't control it. Rambis winds up with it, and Jamaal Wilkes ahead of the field. Jamaal Wilkes, who's still leading the Lakers in scoring at over 18 a game in this series, despite his problems shooting from outside. And the Sixers have to get back off the defense. McAdoo is just guarding the middle, playing his own defense. And Andrew Toney misses, and Rambis, the basket will count. Rambis interfered with the ball on the top. We talk so much of zone defense. For the uninitiated, it means guarding an area and not a player. And in pro basketball, that is not allowed.
No, that is illegal.
Michael Cooper.
They call it illegal defense. They don't want to say zone. They don't even want to use that word.
Jamal Wilkes, that's the shot LA fans know about. Fluid Jamal Wilkes from UCLA. He is 4 for 6 now, but that's the first outside shot that he's hit. No basket and an LA foul as Magic Johnson comes back in.
And Mike Bannum.
Mike Bannum making his first appearance for Philadelphia. Second offensive rebounder for the Sixers in this series.
Now, Dick, the substitution pattern that the coaches use is a tricky thing because the coach has to have certain things out there he feels to win, and to try to keep that combination with fouls, fatigue, and all these things involved, he has to really know his team.
Toney goes up, misses the shot. Loose ball picked up. Here's Cooper ahead of the field. Magic to Cooper. And the Lakers are beating the Sixers down at the end of the court. An 8-point lead, and Philadelphia will call a timeout. Biggest lead was 10. Philadelphia has not tasted the lead in this game. A 20-second timeout. 20-second timeout called for by Philadelphia. So they have to regroup in a hurry, but they've got to get back on defense.
Well, it's very difficult to get back on the defensive Lakers because they're such a good rebounding team, and they're so quick. That outlet pass, if they get that first outlet pass out, they're very tough. Now, Philadelphia is one of the best teams in basketball, if not the best team, in getting back on defense. But these Lakers have so many guys that are exceptionally quick.
Walter Matthau, one of the avid Laker fans and pro basketball rooter here at the game. Norm Nixon said what really surprised him is how great Philadelphia is with their quickness on the transitional game. Pass and going for Bannum over his head, so another turnover. Brings the ball to Los Angeles territory. Clint Richardson hounding Magic Johnson. Michael Cooper, the other guard. He is 6'7". We have a 6'7", 6'9" guard situation. A big team in there for Los Angeles. Kareem is on the bench, and McAdoo's the center, and the pass intercepted by Julius Erving. And Magic Johnson takes it right back, but travels with it. Still Philadelphia ball. And the pace is quickening at both ends here, as we're seeing two of the great fast break teams in action.
Julius, you see both of them, they generate their offense from turnovers.
Julius already has 4 steals. Toney, good move on Cooper, banks it in.
You know, Michael Cooper's a great defensive player, but a guy like Toney will really make you wonder about how good you are.
Little more than 2 minutes gone by, second period, and a 6-point Laker lead. And a Philadelphia foul called. It'll be their first team foul of this second period. We've been talking about McAdoo and Cooper. They are 7 for 8 from the field between them. They started off hitting 12 of their first 13 Sunday. So they are still in the groove in this game. Timeout. Second leading scorer in the history of the NBA, Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, has had a sparkling playoff career, but so far in this game he has not scored and has only 3 rebounds. Now, he claimed that the migraines that he suffered today were not bothering him, and we can't tell if they are now, but he's off to a slow start in that respect.
He's off statistically to a slow start, but he set the pace for the team when they got out. The first play, the first 3 plays, he was involved when they got up 6-0, and that was just to get them off and get them running.
Inside Cooper from Magic Johnson. Magic Johnson has not missed in getting the ball in good shooting position for these LA shooters, and as a result, he has 6 assists, and they're shooting practically 70%. Cooper, one of the outstanding defensive players, is hounding Toney. Get up to Julius Erving, 12 seconds on the shot clock. Bantam inside over Kurt Rambis. So Mike Bantam, who's had a shooting slump but had 14 minutes, only 2 points and 2 rebounds on Sunday, has had a few flashes in the playoffs. McAdoo charges in. McAdoo has 8. Leading scorer is Michael Cooper with 10. Dawkins has 10 points for Philadelphia. And so far, Darrell has picked up 2 fouls. Caldwell Jones 1. Toney coming back for the baseline. He's so explosive. When he gets turned on, he can go for the rest of the game.
And in big games, he's usually turned on.
Got off to a slow start shooting, but is 4 for 9 right now. 8:45 remaining in the first half. Jamaal Wilkes. And Bantam clears it. Gets into Clint Richardson. Third guard with Lionel Hollins hurt. And a block by McAdoo and a follow-up by Julius Erving. It's amazing that McAdoo has so many blocked shots in this series. More than you normally expect.
Well, people forget how good a defensive player he was as a young man. He was not only was he a great shooter and rebounder, but he was a good defensive player.
He has 2 blocks today, and Rambis runs into Julius Erving. But the man who made that play for Philadelphia was Darrell Dawkins. Dawkins is playing a terrific game under control. Kareem Abdul-Jabbar comes back in the game, and Kurt Rambis will go out. Rambis has 3 personal fouls, and Rambis says, if I don't do it early, I'm not going to get much playing time to do it at all. Nixon coming back as Cooper goes out, leading scorer for LA with 10.
And one thing I've noticed, the Lakers have not gotten the Philadelphia big men in foul trouble.
No, they haven't. Caldwell Jones has 1, Dawkins has 2. Nixon penetrates, and easy layup. No one picked him up inside. Might have been Andrew Toney's assignment. Now Nixon guarding Andrew. Goes baseline, and a foul and a push before the shot. And the foul is on Norm Nixon. The Sixers have just 1 team foul here in the second period. That's the 3rd on the Lakers, but more important for Norm Nixon, that's his 3rd personal foul. So Rambis and Nixon, 2 starters, have 3.
There's only one player that can get the ball up court as fast as Norm Nixon, and that's probably Gus Williams of Seattle. And there's no other player can get the ball up as quick. And it's hard to defense. You're trying to stop the ball, but with a guy like Norm Nixon, you're just trying to keep up.
Jamaal Wilkes fouls Andrew Toney, who will go to the line. Toney has been the top scorer the last 3 games with 36, 28, and 31 points on Sunday. He's also right behind Mo Cheeks, second to Nixon in assists. He has played, I guess you can't say deceptively because of his fine scoring games, but an outstanding all-round series.
Better than most people think. They think that all he does is shoot, but he plays better than adequate defense, and he's a good passer. The thing is that he's learning to do is to pick his passes better.
7:45 remaining in the first half. Sixers down by 6. 7:40 to go. Knocked away by Julius. Still LA possession. Crowd looking for a foul, but get none. As Billy Cunningham, who played at North Carolina, and Pat Riley, who played at the University of Kentucky at 6'3", jumps center for Adolph Rupp. One of Rupp's runs, 66. Wilkes behind the back. McAdoo on the run. You got to keep them off the boards if you're Philadelphia, but if you're the Lakers, you're taking advantage of a lot of opportunities. And it's 44-38 LA. Inside, Julius can't stop that. 8 for Erving.
Dick, one of the reasons the Lakers are so tough on the offensive boards is that they have so many guys that you need to double team that when you leave a guy to help out one of the great shooters, that guy always goes to the boards.
And a whistle and a foul away from the ball. It'll be Philadelphia's second foul. And Darrell Dawkins has his 3rd personal foul, and that could start becoming a factor.
Now here's the foul there.
Dawkins will go out. Caldwell Jones comes in. There's Darrell. He has played very well in this game with 10 points. Clint Richardson also sits down, and Mo Cheeks is back at guard. So Cheeks and Toney are the guards. They're on defense right now. Wilkes to Kareem. They'd love to see Caldwell Jones pick up another personal, his 2nd. But they'll take the 2 points. Kareem's first points of the ball game, and the Lakers are up by 6. He's 1 for 4 from the field now. Cheeks loops it into Doc. Back to Cheeks. And Mo Cheeks hits from outside.
When he's shooting the outside shots, when they go in and out with Doctor and Cheeks.
Here's Magic again. Kareem can't tip it in. Cooper missed a fine opportunity inside, but a loose ball foul has been called against Caldwell Jones, I believe.
Los Angeles.
And for Caldwell Jones, that's his second personal foul. So if you're keeping score of the fouls on the centers, Caldwell Jones has 2 and Dawkins has 3. Magic Johnson leads everybody in rebounds and assists so far, but he injured his hand, the knuckles on his shooting hand in Sunday's game. Originally, it was hurt against Phoenix, but he said it's going to be ready whether it wants to be or not. That's how he felt coming in.
You know, on the plane coming back from Philadelphia, the last game I had a chance to talk with Magic. He's really knows what he's doing out there. He's a really bright, super smart ball player.
Julius Erving all over Jamaal Wilkes. McAdoo. He pumped before he let that shot go. He pumped in the air. Bob McAdoo, who is used to 30-point games, is 5 for 6 from the field. He's a 3-time NBA scoring king, but has been with his 6th team in the last 6 years with Los Angeles. Thrown away, Julius, and a foul by Mike Banham.
And they're going to make him have to shoot 2 free throws because they would have had a sure 2 points if they had, well, no free throws, but he saved some points in because they had a sure layup.
Just under 6 minutes remaining in the first half. Banham now has 2 fouls. Team foul story 4 apiece here. And the Lakers, despite the fact that they're really outplaying Philadelphia, only have a 6-point lead. Jamaal Wilkes. Jamaal Wilkes won a title with Golden State and the Rookie of the Year award, both in the same year in 1975. Looking for his 3rd championship, but Andrew Toney hits long range, and Toney, with only 2 points in the first period, now is the game-high scorer with 12. He's hit his last 3, and he's hounding Jamaal Wilkes. And Wilkes hits again, and maybe he's found that long-range shooting eye, finally. 6 of 9 for Jamaal. Cheeks comes back, and Julius tries to tip it in. And Kareem, just bigger than anybody, holds onto it. And he can handle the ball too, can he? Lakers by 8, the biggest lead 10. They can match that if they score. Jamaal Wilkes, another one. Timeout, Philadelphia. Listen to him here. Laid back, no way. And it matches the biggest lead of the game for the Lakers. Wilkes has emerged in this game. He's the high scorer with 15 points. He has hit 5 of his last 6. And while he has not been a prolific scorer as far as his outside shots are concerned, coming into this game, he has been the leading offensive rebounder in the series, Bill.
He's just a great player that, as a team, it's necessary. He finds it necessary. He brings out different skills. He finds a way to get that ball in the hoop.
All right, Philadelphia trailing by 10. You see the trap. Andrew Toney from the corner makes it an 8-point game. Very important that Philadelphia narrows the edge and doesn't move up to an 18-point LA lead from their standpoint. And here's a steal by Maurice Cheeks, one of the leaders in the league. Cheeks, foul. And it's Bob McAdoo, a 2-shot foul. The 15th foul on the Lakers, so they're in the penalty with 4:29 to go in the half.
And that's what you call a good foul, where a guy gets back on defense and a guy's going to lay up and he's in a good position there and he gives a block and takes a chance on hitting the guy, but that's a good foul.
You know, Mo Cheeks is reminding more and more of Tiny Archibald. He is not afraid to bang heads with the big guys inside and penetrate.
Yeah, he thinks the big guys are in the wrong place.
You know, he's a junk food freak, Maurice Cheeks. You know, a lot of people eat the right. He loves chocolate chip cookies. That's all he cares about. He says, if I ever get married, my wife is going to have to be able to cook 2 things, pancakes and chocolate chip cookies. It's worked for him. Can't argue with success.
Maybe he's cooking his own.
You know, know one thing, if he's cooking, the Sixers are in good shape. Lakers by 6, 4:20 to go in the half. This is a Philadelphia trap defense. Wilkes wide open. He's been hot. This is the shot. McAdoo on the offensive board. 12 for McAdoo. Wilkes has 15 and Cooper has 10. Andrew Toney has 14 for the Sixers and Dawkins has 10. And Andrew's 12 points have come all in this period.
And both teams have gotten great service so far from their benches.
Loop it into Julius. And his foul. Kareem tried to front him and just missed getting a piece of that ball. But Bob McAdoo has committed another personal foul, and that's his third. So that could be critical for Los Angeles. 3 on McAdoo.
Yes, because they need his outside shooting, because if he's not hitting and Jamal's not hitting, then their game completely changes, because they have to really have to go inside to that and play the Philadelphia defense hand, because they love to trap and double team a guy like Kareem.
Julius has had trouble shooting from the line this entire series. 70%, but he's been better than that most of the time. It's 1 of 2 for 9 points. And the Lakers are up by 7 with 3:50 to go in the first half. LA scored the first 9 points of the game. The biggest margin was 10. Philadelphia has not had a lead. And an illegal defense has been called. Illegal defense called against Philadelphia.
I think it was Bobby Jones. I'm not sure. I think it was Bobby Jones.
Man in the middle.
As they move the ball around, both these coaches love to run and play to test and see if the guys are playing this illegal defense. And of course, they know they are.
Been a big story in this series. They're trying to cheat, gamble on Kareem. If you miss, that's what happens.
You know what's so important about the way Kareem is playing is that he has such great intensity tonight, and when he plays that way, it just the other players just get it by osmosis almost.
Bobby Jones, tremendous hustle, keeps it alive. And a new clock, 20 seconds. Cheeks penetrated to the dot, and that was Maurice Cheeks, who brought a lot of gold shirts around him and found Julius Erving. 7-point Laker lead, winding down to 3 minutes to go in the first half. The coach's room, Holmes and Cooney coming up at halftime, and a Laker turnover gives the ball back to Philadelphia. I think that right now the Sixers have to be pleased that they're down by only 7, considering the way this game has gone. Loop it into Julius in the crowd. Not fouled. The ball was tipped away by Kareem, and McAdoo handling it. Bobby Jones has him trapped.
Now that's something. The guy's 6'10", past the guy's 7'2".
Kareem on the follow-up after Wilkes' miss. 6 for Kareem, 9-point game. But the Sixers can't let the final 2.5 minutes get away from them. They're trailing by 9 points, and they need to stay in range. Maurice Cheeks misses. Kareem over to McAdoo to Johnson. He's got Wilkes inside and Cooper trailing. Cooper. Biggest lead of the game right now for LA. And Magic Johnson's the principal reason why. He has dished off 10 assists in this game. The fast break points remind you of a lot of games 3 and 4. Toney penetrating. And Andrew Toney with 16 points, 14 this period.
And if it's up to Andrew Toney, they won't let it get too far away. Now, the Sixers have to be very careful, because the Lakers are very explosive. Very explosive. They get into the thing when they play such great defense, and then they score off of it. So the Sixers have to be careful this last minute and a half to make sure that they get a good shot down every time down.
Magic was all alone inside, and Julius knocked the ball away. Kareem missed Magic inside. A 4-on-1 break, and Julius Erving on the other side. You see, both these teams love to break, but Philadelphia needs the steal to do it, and they got it right there.
Because they're not a good rebounding team, they have to get their fast breaks generated off their good defense and the steals and turnovers.
1:14 to go in the first half. It's 62-55 in favor of Los Angeles. Coming up at halftime, as we told you, from Las Vegas, the 2 contenders for the heavyweight championship. And there is John Madden, who will never get into a ring with Jerry Cooney, although it looks like John can more than hold his own. Jerry Cooney, the challenger, Larry Holmes, the champion, and you'll see them and hear from both of them live at halftime, as Brent Musburger will also take over and talk with the coaches in the coaches room, Hubie Brown and Kevin Lockreed.
You think John Madden will get excited?
Yeah, he's always excited. I'll tell you, his arms are always flailing, John.
I wonder what would happen if he had to put his hands in his pocket while he talked.
He couldn't talk. He wouldn't talk. 1:12 to go in the half. Lakers shooting 76% this period and 71% from the half. Yet their lead is only 7 points. Philadelphia can't get it away. As you said, Bill, LA is so explosive. 4 seconds on the shot clock. 3 seconds. And a foul. With 1 second on the 24-second clock, a foul. Mark Landsberger, number 54, has entered the ball game. Bobby Jones picks up the third, but there's Landsberger, who is one of the better rebounders per minutes played, and he played a very key role in the Lakers championship over these Sixers 2 years ago. Magic shooting.
He and Kurt Rambis have the same type of skill. They're good rebounders, and they're pretty good around the basket. With playing with this group, they don't need to be great outside shooters. They really helps these other guys because they're good offensive rebounders, both of them.
Both teams in the penalty. Less than a minute to go. You watch the clock. 9-point lead, and a steal by Johnson to Wilkes. Blocked by Caldwell. Jones and Landsberger keeps it alive. 45 to go in the half. 15 to go on the shot clock, and Landsberger got free, and it's blocked by Julius. Here comes Philadelphia. Lakers are back on the D. Andrew Toney flips the cheeks. What a pass by Toney.
That's one of the skills that people forget that Andrew Toney has. He drew the defense, he made him commit, and then he made a nice, easy pass, and that's the hardest pass to make, is to make it so a guy can handle it when you're going that fast.
16 on the shot clock, so there's a 7-second differential between the 24-second clock. Cooper, that pass inside to Jamaal Wilkes. LA is still beating Philadelphia too much inside. That's a credit to the Lakers. They're playing fine ball as their lead is 9. Philadelphia trying to get the final points of the half. 4 seconds to go. 3. Bo Cheeks has the shot blocked as the half ends. They like it in LA. What do you think? Spirited Laker team leads the court along with the Sixers. We are halfway through this game 6, and Los Angeles, which has had the lead since the very start, in front 66-57, knowing that if the Lakers will win, they win the title. Right now, let's go right to Brent Musburger in the coach's room. Third period about to start shortly, and Bill Russell, if you ever use your hands like John Madden in front of me, no one's ever going to see my face. I'll tell you that, because they're so big. Anyway, let's talk about this game, and a good point brought up by Brent as far as Bob McAdoo. When we get down to MVP time toward the end of the game, every one of the Lakers, with the exception of Mark Landsberger, is shooting 50% or more, and of course McAdoo and Cooper killing him 12 of 15 from the field. And you can't win giving up 66 points, and so aggressiveness on defense has to be important for Philadelphia, I think.
Yes, Philadelphia is going to have to get another good half out of Daryl Dawkins and Maurice Cheeks. I think those are going to be the two key guys for Philadelphia's second half. And you know that Norm Nixon will be heard from in the second half, because he's a guy that makes the Lakers so explosive. He and Magic Johnson. Now the Sixers have to be very careful starting this third period, because if they let the Lakers make a run like it did to start the game, it may be out of reach.
Do they have to close in immediately now? Can they hold in to the 11 to 15 9-point radius now, or do they really have to make a move at the beginning of this third?
It's important that they play even the first 3 or 4 minutes of the second half. Just play even. They don't have to pick up, but they at least shouldn't drop any more than 4 points more behind than they are now.
Taking a look at the halftime statistics, a big shooting edge in favor of Los Angeles and a rebounding edge too, 25-16. Magic Johnson has 8 rebounds to lead everyone. Caldwell Jones is 5, leads Philadelphia, but they've given up 30 and 36 points, and that says enough. The top scorers in the ball game, Andrew Toney with 14 of his 16 points in the second period. Pretty good balance there. Dawkins has 3 fouls, but he has 10 points in the ball game. Maurice Cheeks got hot, has 10. For Los Angeles, they too have balanced scoring, led by Jamaal Wilkes, who has found the outside touch with 17. Anyway, set for third period action. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell. And the Lakers can win the championship if they hold their lead in the final 2 periods. Julius Erving. First shot goes. In the 3 games of the Forum, the Lakers have led at the half by 12, 15, and tonight by 9 points. Remember, Philadelphia had the 81 to set a playoff record in the second half Sunday. Lakers by 7. Half-court game. Rambis is going inside against Bobby Jones. and gets it out quickly, and a 3-second violation called against Kurt Rambis. So Philadelphia has a chance to get back. Topsy-turvy series. We've yet to see which team has what it takes close down to the wire. Against Magic, Julius is fouled, and it's a 2-shot foul. Magic Johnson has his 3rd personal foul. Those in foul trouble, if you want to call 3 in that category, Nixon, Magic Johnson, and Rambis have 3. For the Sixers, Bobby Jones and Dawkins have 3.
Some of those fouls will be important because what the coaches will be able to do, especially in the 76ers, they are a great one-on-one team, and they can go after guys that have foul trouble.
L.A. scored the first 9 points of the game. Biggest margin was 11, and the closest the Sixers got was 4 points at 46-42. And right now, they're down by 5. Norm Nixon to Jamaal Wilkes. Red hot in the first half. Still shooting the eyes out of the bucket in the second half. He has 19 points now. 9 of 15 for Jamaal. So he's on the beam. And Toney trying to get inside on Wilkes. Julius trying to look for him. Denied the ball, losing the ball, and Toney steals it right back against Kareem. Got the better of it wisely. And Julius changes hands. What a play against Kareem. Amazing.
And Julius is making sure that the Sixers get off to that good start, which was so important for him to do.
5-point lead. Julius gambles and tries for the steal. Jamaal Wilkes out to Rambis. Bobby Jones is playing inside the free throw line against Kirk. Wilkes will take the shot. And Bobby Jones down court is Julius. Tips it in. Going backward. 2 incredible plays by Julius Erving, the team leader, who has held 3 team meetings, and the club has responded each time. And the doctor has 21 points and is the high scorer in the ballgame. Kareem inside against Caldwell. Jones blocked, but picked up by Nixon, who hits the shot right in the key. Only 6 for Nixon, but Julius Erving has all 8 Philadelphia points here in the third. 70-65, the Lakers lead. 2 minutes and 15 seconds gone by the third period. Bobby Jones hasn't found the shooting eye. Caldwell Jones tries to keep it going. L.A. ball. So Philadelphia has come out strong in this third period, Bill.
This is what they're going to have to do. Now, they have to maintain it for a few more minutes, and then they'll be in the rhythm of the game.
After shooting 2 for 10 on Sunday, Julius says, I'm going to let it all hang out in the second half. Lionel Hollins said he was so pumped up he was tight, thought he could do it all, but he scored all 8 of the Sixers' points, and following the back-to-back steals, watch Julius here.
For Julius Erving, the spectacular is routine.
He is a magician. There's no question about it. Julius Erving took charge against the Celtics in Game 7, one of the most articulate and great public servants in basketball. He rarely turns anyone down for charity. He is truly a great sportsman in any sport. And a lot of people, including the Celtics, said, I hope he gets that NBA championship ring that he's wanted so much. 9:15 to go. Sixers trying to play the tight defense here. So far effective. Norm Nixon, this is the shot. Bobby Jones gets it to Cheeks. What Nixon wants to do is try to stall Cheeks so he can't get going. He couldn't do it there, and the foul is drawn inside. Good play by Mo because he was stalled in the backcourt by Nixon.
And what Maurice Cheeks does for that team, when he picks it up and goes to the basket, he'll make the defense conscious of him, and then he makes great passes. So and that's when they make those good outside shots.
Kareem's second personal and the second team foul on the Lakers. And Maurice Cheeks on the line. He was the MVP of the Missouri Valley Conference 3 straight years. Only Oscar Robertson, other than Maurice, could make that claim. Club responds when Mo has it going for him. 4-point Laker lead. That's the closest the Sixers have come since 46-42. Out to Jamaal Wilkes. Under 9 minutes to play. And a foul on Caldwell Jones, and that'll be number 3. So the 2 Philadelphia centers, Caldwell Jones and Dawkins, each have 3.
And if they get a couple more between them, then it starts to take effect on Billy Cunningham's substitution pattern.
Johnson working against Toney. Jamaal Wilkes, line drive shot, and Cheeks is there. And Bobby Jones, his teammate, banged into him, and it was off a Sixer. So the Lakers maintain possession.
The guy that's outside on a play like that, he should tell the big guy, you take it or I got it. You should always know who's next to you.
Nixon in the lane, one-hander. Norm Nixon only had 4 points at the half. He's averaged 18 in this series. He has 8 points now, 8.5 minutes to go in the third. Nixon picking up Cheeks. They're going to the dock. The dock against Magic Johnson. Rand is helping out. Plenty of time on the shot clock. Working against Johnson. Toney. Open man is Cheeks. And Mo hits the smooth jumper.
And that's when the Sixers are so effective outside shooters, when they move their ball in and out.
Nixon. Cheeks on him, and Norm comes back. And Bobby Jones gets it out to the dot. And Nixon takes it away from him. Norm Nixon, alley-oop to Jamaal Wilkes, off his hands, Philadelphia ball. What incredible paces. And these two coaches have done a tremendous job with these teams to get them to the finals. There are 21 other clubs watching on television. Wish they were here in the championship round. 7:50 in the third. Toney. An illegal defense called against Kurt Rambis, and that will be a shooting situation. It is the second time. Let's see, as Philadelphia was called once.
See if we can see where there he is in the lane. Kurt Rambis there by himself. All right, a little lonesome.
It was the first warning. All right, no shooting. So each team has had a warning on the zone defense.
And next they'll have to shoot the technical foul.
Julius Erving has 21 points, 5 rebounds, 3 assists, 5 steals. And Jamaal Wilkes got his hand on that one. Lakers ball, leading by 4. 7:35 to go, third period. Wilkes, Johnson alive. Into Rambis, blocked by Caldwell Jones. 2-on-2, Magic gets back, and Cheeks pulls up with it. And Julius Erving tips it again. Julius, basket. No basket, it falls out, but it'll go to the line. And the chance for the Sixers to come within 2 points. And the personal foul against Los Angeles.
Now here's the shot by Cheeks, which is a good shot. He stepped the foul line like he should have. Julius tipped it up a little strong. He's up there on the other side, and then again. And there he's fouled again, and just can't get it to go for him.
And for Norm Nixon, his 4th personal foul. And the 3rd team foul on the Lakers. Philadelphia has 1. And Julius can bring him to within 2. McAdoo, 6 clubs in 6 years for McAdoo. A vagabond who gained a bad reputation because of injuries and a high salary has meant so much. And that's true. You can bank on that one. This is such an unpredictable and bizarre series that nothing surprises anyone. 3-point Laker lead. That's the closest Philadelphia has been since the first period. 7 minutes remaining, and Wilkes hits. 21 for Jamaal Wilkes. He's the high scorer for LA.
That was an important thing that Kareem did in passing the ball back to Jamaal to make him take that shot so he can regain his confidence. Because it's important that they have good outside shooting.
Toney hits outside. What a ball game we have. The 6th game and a desperation game again for Philadelphia. And how well the Sixers have played with their backs to the wall. But the Lakers have been so confident, looking to wrap up another world championship. It would be their 2nd in 3 years. Wilkes looking for Kareem. Caldwell Jones has 3 fouls. Keep it in mind. Kareem gets the points. 8 points for Abdul-Jabbar. And a 5-point lead.
And he does that particular move, he does that so that the next time, maybe, they'll allow the sky hook. That's the shot he wants, is the sky hook. But he takes that to make you conscious of being able to do other things.
That was a 20-second timeout called for by Philadelphia.
And there's the move right inside, right there. Nice soft touch. One of the best things that happened to Kareem was in college they had the no-dunk rule. Because he learned to be a good shooter around the basket. Because most guys inside, if they didn't have that, they would dunk and dunk and dunk. And here, they wouldn't be able to make those little shots like that because they wouldn't have had the chance to practice it.
The Junior Featherweight Championship, WBA style, Sergio Palma from Argentina, with his country at war, says he's fighting this fight for his country as well as for himself, against Leo Cruz from the Dominican Republic in a big Boxing Day, because we will also have a report on the Holmes-Cooney fight from the previous night in Las Vegas, all coming up on CBS Sports Saturday. 5-point Laker lead. Philadelphia has not had the lead in the game. Closest the Sixers have come, 74-71. They have 6:18 to go in the third. Magic Johnson is on both cheeks. There comes the trap. Toney shooting from the corner. He's hit 7 in a row. Andrew Toney with 20 points in the game. So it's Erving and Toney with 22 and 20 respectively.
Toney's one of the few guys that can shoot that outside shot all game and be just as effective in the last quarter as he was the first quarter, maybe more so, in fact.
Philadelphia's two big guns are hot. They're basically a team without a tremendous firepower other than those two. Kareem, skyhook from the middle. Magic tries to fight for it, and Bobby Jones, after Doc kept it alive, 4-on-2 break. Cheeks to Bobby Jones. And Erving. Toney against Cooper inside. Kareem was intimidating inside, and Bobby Jones hits the shot. And a 1-point lead for the Lakers, the closest that the Philadelphia 76ers have come since the opening moments of the game, and the crowd urges on LA. McAdoo watches jump shot, but first a foul, and the second team foul against Philadelphia called right here with 5:14 to go in the third period. Foul is on Bobby Jones. He has 4. So Bobby Jones and Norm Nixon are the players in the game with 4 personal fouls. Magic goes to Jamaal Wilkes. He's had the hot hand. Kareem double teamed by Toney and Caldwell Jones. And the foul against Andrew Toney. And that will be Andrew's third. And the third team foul against Philadelphia. And Darryl Dawkins comes in.
And they need a big second half from him if they're going to stay in this ball game.
He had 20 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 block shots on Sunday. All his points in the second and third quarter. 5 minutes remaining, third period. Jamaal Wilkes on the rebound Cheeks. Here come the break, and the loop pass to Erving. Julius against Cooper, blocked by McAdoo. It was McAdoo. And a 3-on-2, Wilkes to Kareem. And that exchange hurt Philadelphia.
That's a 4-point swing from a dump shot to 2 points at the other end. That hurts.
Bob McAdoo, 3 block shots. They loop it into Julius, and Erving goes up. Blocked again, this time by Kareem. 3-point Laker lead. Michael Cooper, hot the last 2 games. And Caldwell Jones, who said, I have to own a defensive glass, goes high for it. Incredible pace and action here. You're watching championship basketball at its best. The professionals, double team Dawkins. And they tie him up, jump ball.
Now here's the block shot when Julius has the ball, takes a shot, and there comes McAdoo. And both these teams are playing with great intensity, but it's manifesting itself on the defense. Because if you make one false step offensively, the defense has the ball and going the other way.
Kareem has 5 of those 10 block shots by the Lakers. Mike Bantam, number 42, is in there now. The 9-year veteran from St. Joe's, acquired from Indiana when Dawkins went down with a broken shin bone in January. The tip controlled by LA and Magic Johnson. The pinwheel. He's the hub of this ball club. To Jamaal Wilkes, who's found the shooting eye, and McAdoo off the bench. Knocked away, turnover. Philadelphia picks it up. 3:45 showing on the clock in the third. 3-point Laker lead. Philadelphia has played the desperation games to success so far in the playoffs. How many times can they go to the well? Toney tries to get it inside, and it's out of bounds. Philadelphia ball. They have 8 seconds on the clock. Billy C., who turned 39 last Thursday, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, hampered with migraine headaches, and now his mouth is bleeding from a shot. Toney is trapped, and Maurice Cheeks from the corner just gets it off at the 24-second clock, but Philadelphia has a new one to work with.
Look at Darryl.
3:19 to go in the third period. Toney This is a two-pointer from way out, and Wilkes clears.
And the Lakers are not running so well at this point.
L.A. led by 4 at the quarter and 9 at the half. Caldwell Jones asserting himself more and more on the defensive boards. 4-on-2 break. Cheeks goes up without the ball, and here comes Magic. Caldwell Jones back, and McAdoo. Block shot by Caldwell Jones against McAdoo. And turnabout, I guess, is fair play with those two. Toney misses the bank shot, tipped up by Bantam. And you're looking at two young coaches who badly want a title. Billy has done everything but win a title as a coach. And Pat Riley, who took over for Paul Westhead once.
Now here's the block shot by McAdoo coming in. Here goes Caldwell Jones right there.
Tremendous play.
And Mike Bantam got the rebound and got it up the court.
1-point lead for the Lakers. They have the ball. 2:20 to go in the third period. Each team with 3 team fouls and a foul called away from the ball, and it's on Mike Bantam. 4th team foul on Philadelphia, and for Bantam his 3rd personal. And we'll have a timeout. What pace we have, but what do you expect in a game 6 that could be the last game of the year?
With these teams especially, because no team is going to back up, not at this point.
The NBA on CBS. Tonight's championship game is sponsored by the new Firestone 721 Metrics, the tire redesign. The Miller Brewing Company, brewers of Miller High Life. If you've got the time, we've got the beer. And by Mazda and Mazda quality products.
Dick Stockton and Bill Russell here at the Forum. This is the closest Philadelphia has gotten. They have not had the lead, and our statistician Marty Aronoff reminds us that the Sixers have not had the lead at any time in this building in this series, this being the 3rd game with 2:17 remaining in the 3rd period. Let's bring you up to date on who's in there. For the Lakers, they have Michael Cooper, number 21, Jamaal Wilkes, 52 at the line, Magic Johnson, 32, Bob McAdoo, 11, and Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, 33. So Cooper is playing the guard spot with Magic Johnson. Wilkes hits the first one. Bantam, 42 for Philadelphia. Caldwell Jones, number 11, the center. And number 53, Darryl Dawkins up front. They have the big team in there. Mo Cheeks, number 10. Andrew Toney, 22, the guard. 2 free throws, a 3-point lead again. Johnson with some pressure. Cheeks across the line. All the nervousness and all the tightness is long gone here. These clubs know what this game means. Cheeks inside to Bantam. 1-point gain again. Well executed as we've seen before, the same play.
Maurice Cheeks is aggressive, going to the middle, going to the basket. They shoot so much better.
And Bantam is 3 for 3 from the field. He's playing with 3 fouls. Less than 2 minutes remaining. 1:49 to be precise. Cooper in trouble, double team, and a 3-second violation has been called against Magic Johnson. Philadelphia ball, and the Sixers can take the lead with 1:47 in the 3rd. They've been trailing all the way. The Lakers scored the first 9 points of this game.
And Mike Bantam has lost one of his contact lenses.
CJ!
Well, in this kind of game, he'll just have to play with one.
Redirect!
You have to make sacrifices, Russ.
Is that what it's about there?
I don't know. You tell me. Steal by Michael Cooper and Magic Johnson. A foul. And here's McAdoo and Bantam going at each other. And Darryl Garrettson, like a defensive tackle, has just shoved 3 or 4 players away as Bantam and McAdoo started to throw fists. They'll have to quiet this down. But I'll tell you one thing, it's understandable that the fuses are short in this ball game. The Lakers trying to wrap it up.
Let's see if we can see what happened here. Here's Magic going up, and there's McAdoo giving Bantam, and Bantam giving it back.
Pat Riley and Billy Cunningham, both coaches are on the floor. Riley with McAdoo at about center court, and Cunningham. Peace has been restored, and talking to Bantam on the sidelines. You know, for Philadelphia, they have played 7 more playoff games than the Lakers, who have been incredible. They swept Phoenix, did the Lakers. They swept San Antonio and lead 3-2 in this series.
Here. There.
And they called the foul on Jones his 4th.
And so the extracurricular activities will not play a part. They just tell the guys, all right, guys, cool off.
Bobby Jones and Caldwell Jones have 4 for Philadelphia. Nixon 4 for L.A.
And that's the thing the referee should do, is if you can't avoid calling technical or throwing guys out of the game, they should do that, because you don't want to let a game be decided by something like that.
Lakers by 3, so Philadelphia had a chance to take the lead and didn't. And now it's a 3-point game again with 1:20 to go in this 3rd period. 6-game NBA World Championship on CBS Sports. Dawkins travels. No basket, traveling call. Darrell has scored 10 points, all in the first half. Sixers have turned the ball over 7 times this period. Dr. J coming back in. They need the stability of Erving, who has 22 points. Toney has 20, top scorers for Philadelphia. Jamaal Wilkes is 23, and Caldwell Jones out with 4 fouls.
And one of the key men, real key men to the Philadelphia ball club.
They're going to need the rebounding now from Dawkins and Bantam more than ever. Cooper looking inside at Kareem. Stolen away by Bantam. Good defensive play, but a re-steal by Cooper. Under a minute to go, as you see. 3rd period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell. End-to-end excitement. Dawkins is hit with a foul. They love it. 4 on him. And the 15th foul on Philadelphia. Dawkins has 4 to join Caldwell Jones and Bobby Jones with 4 personal.
And that can be crucial because there's a lot of time left. Almost 13 minutes left to play. And that can be very important going down the stretch. With those guys in foul trouble, that means they have to play a little different.
And pressure by the guards for Los Angeles. Mo Cheeks brings it across. You watch the clock. He has 19 on the shot clock. 5-point Laker lead. Philadelphia had it down the wall. Toney against Cooper, picked up by Magic, and Maurice Cheeks misses. Bantam tries to tip it in. Johnson slows it down with 25 seconds now remaining in the 3rd. Crowd on its feet. It was a 9-point Laker lead at the half. McAdoo gives them a 7-point lead. Watch the clock. We got 6 seconds to go. 5 seconds. Toney goes up with a shot. No, and the foul. We have a foul despite the blocked shot. And Andrew Toney will go to the line as Jamaal Wilkes has been hit with his 3rd foul.
They called the foul before the shot.
All right, no shooting foul. So now 1 second remains for Philadelphia here in this period.
Turns out to be a pretty good foul.
I'd say. Toney with 1 second to go to the dot. 3-point attempt. No. Well, Philadelphia came within 1, but LA reeled off 6 in a row. And the story after 3 periods is a 7-point lead. And the NBA on CBS will continue after this word from your local station. The LA Lakers are on a roll at the worst time as far as Philly's concerned. 86-79, having run off 6 straight points to take a 7-point lead. But Philadelphia, with the foul trouble, now has Caldwell Jones on the bench. When he was in there, Philadelphia played their best because he keyed the team with the defensive glass.
Yeah, he's very important. 2 guys that are unsung on that team, Maurice Cheeks and Caldwell Jones. Caldwell Jones does a great job defensively and getting the boards. And he's a good passer, and he's a pretty good outside shooter. Now, Cheeks has been doing his thing the second half. He's been going in, getting down. That's how Philadelphia got back in the game. But, you know, you always tend to forget the doctor. He's done so many things. He does it so well that you forget just how great he is. And he's going to have a big 4th quarter if they're going to win the game.
We have seen him take matters in his own hands. He's going to have to do it here on the enemy court. This This is the most enthusiastic I have ever seen a Forum crowd. They enjoy their basketball, but they're kind of relaxed enjoying it. Not tonight. They want their Lakers to capture a title. The last team to win it at home was Portland in 1977, and Cooper stepped on the line, turning it over to Philadelphia. Start of the fourth period, 12 minutes to go in this final period. Dick Stockton and Bill Russell reporting from the Forum in Inglewood. And Andrew Toney, clutch as he's been all year, hits the jumper. 22 points for Andrew. Clint Richardson in the game for defense first, he said, and then possibly to create opportunities on Johnson. They're looking inside. Kareem guarded and tied up pretty well by Dawkins. Skyhook and a foul on Dawkins. That's his fifth. 5 on Darrell. And Billy offers, as you saw there, encouragement. He doesn't want Dawkins to get down. He says, don't worry about it. You got to hang in there. Wilkes goes out. He has scored 23 points to lead all scorers. We'd like to remind most of our viewers that you will be seeing the local news following the game, and those viewers on the West Coast will be seeing Universe, a fine program with Walter Cronkite.
Now Kareem should be able to beat the double team and overpower Caldwell Jones on the inside going down the stretch, especially since he's got 4 fouls.
7-point lead for the Lakers. That's what they had coming into this final period. The trap. Toney to the dot. Julius trying to thread the middle, and it was knocked away by Magic. Nixon coming right back. And it's a 9-point game. Walter Matthau loves it. I don't know about that young girl. Toney, Kareem standing in the middle. They get it over to Julius Erving. This is that tough trap that Philadelphia has had difficulty with throughout the series. But Andrew Toney challenges him.
He challenged everybody on that, McAdoo and Kareem. He said, in your face, large people.
11 for 18 for Andrew Toney. Inside to Kareem. Rambis will come back, and we'll have a foul. You must be having a lot of fun. Is it tougher to play these things or to broadcast these things?
Much tougher to play, I want to tell you. But this is great basketball, and I'm just having a good time, I can tell you that.
4 fouls on Andrew Toney. Kurt Rambis, who picked up 3 fouls early and scored 6 points in the first period. A hand for Kareem Abdul-Jabbar. 14 for Kareem, 7 rebounds and 5 block shots. Not bad for a guy that missed the workout today with severe migraines. And I guess that's a redundancy because migraines are severe. Played the entire third period. Norm Nixon. And it's a 9-point lead again. Biggest lead of the game for LA was 11.
And Billy Cunningham wants a timeout.
Philadelphia can't solve this one. They're in trouble with the trap.
And Toney bounced it off of one of the Lakers' legs so they can retain control, because he was definitely trapped.
These teams are not friendly.
Not anymore. They may have started out that way, but the longer you go, the more the little animosities build up.
You're looking at Bob McAdoo, who's done everything but win a world title. He's 10 minutes and 13 seconds away from one right now. Since the move of the Lakers from Minneapolis to Los Angeles, they have been in 10 World Championship finals before this year, winning 2 against the Knicks in Philadelphia. Of course, the 69 loss, the balloons stayed on top. They didn't have balloons tonight. They won't need them, will they?
And they gave the champagne another year to age.
They'll celebrate here even without the balloons if the Lakers hold on. Julius Erving has missed his last 6 shots from the field. He's going to have to correct that. He is so important to this team. Rebound McAdoo to Magic Johnson. 9-point lead, 2 minutes gone by. And the Lakers have matched the biggest lead of the game.
And this is the quick team that the Lakers have that's so devastating on a fast break.
Cooper fouls Andrew Toney, and that'll be the first team foul on the Lakers. We have a lot of time to go. 9 minutes and 50 seconds, as you see on the clock. But LA, after having their lead shaved to a single point, have upped it again to 11. Toney looking in for help. Clint Richardson. Philadelphia Off-balance shot by Clint goes. Clint Richardson, who's had some clutch games, and a turnover brings it back to Philadelphia. So that's the last thing Pat Riley wanted.
But on a good fast breaking team, you will throw the ball away a few times because you have to try that. Because if you don't try it, your guys won't run for you.
Tony makes the move in, double teamed, and look at the move he made. Rambis the rebound, but he made a good move, knifing in. McAdoo ahead of the field. Lakers again by 11. 8 for 10 for McAdoo after an 11 for 14 game Sunday. And a foul before the shot, no basket. And the foul is against Kurt Rambis. Maurice Cheeks in the game, giving Andrew Toney a rest. All Toney has done is 24. An incredible game. He goes out with 4 fouls. And Mo Cheeks in the backcourt with Clint Richardson now. But Julius Erving handles it outside. Doc over Rambis. And Doc finally breaks the drought. He has 24 points. He and Toney, same totals.
2 up inside.
9-point lead, 8:40 to go. We'll either have a Game 7 on Thursday or the Lakers will win the World Championship tonight, and they're leading with nearly 8.5 to go. McAdoo, air ball, and Caldwell Jones, who's playing with 4 fouls, has the rebound. Dawkins on the bench with 5. Bobby Jones also has 4. Mo Cheeks wide open. And Julius Erving couldn't keep it going in L.A. Right back, Nixon. Norm Nixon, his best season ever. Over 500 assists for the 5th straight year. Michael Cooper. The bench is doing it for Pat Riley now. 4 minutes gone by. 4th period. 11-point lead. And the Doc makes it 9 again. But trading baskets won't do it for Philadelphia now in the 4th period. They're going to have to clamp down on the Lakers.
And the Lakers are executing their half-court defense pretty well. And they get some good outside shooting. But that'll have to continue.
McAdoo. And there's something that you always talk about but rarely see and maybe never see in the championship finals. They're going to jump it up. Kareem is coming back in, and so is Darryl Dawkins. So Dawkins will come back with 5 personal fouls. And Kareem, who has done it with 14 points and rebounds and block shots. Fine all-around game. Jamaal Wilkes will come in.
Cooper, so they'll give it, hopefully he'll have his shooting touch and they'll have it outside shooting, because the Lakers, the way the section defense is going, they'll have to have outside shooting.
Kareem will be coming in for McAdoo, but McAdoo is going to jump center. Both Bob and Cooper went to the bench, are each 8 for 12 shooting-wise. Controlled by L.A. Wilkes. 7 minutes, 20 seconds to go. Magic Johnson has the triple-double. That's double figures in points, rebounds, and assists in this game. 11 points, 10 rebounds, and 12 assists for Johnson. He had 18 of those triple-doubles during the regular year. Nixon. And the Lakers are gaining more and more confidence. They continue to come back and match Philadelphia hoop for hoop. And the clock is running against Philly. Foul against the Lakers, their 13th foul. Kareem and Dawkins come back in. And a timeout. There's Darryl. Rambis has 5 fouls and a timeout. It may be coming up to now or never time for Philadelphia.
Yes, and they're going to need something out of Darryl Dawkins, and you never can tell what it's going to be, though. Check sheet.
Last year, Cedric Maxwell was the MVP of the playoffs. Magic Johnson won it the year before. Kareem, then known as Lou Alcindor, won it in 1971 with the Milwaukee Bucks. Who will win it this time? And if the Lakers go on to win, they have a bunch of candidates. It could be Magic Johnson, it could be Kareem, or maybe that man, Bob McAdoo, who came over from New Jersey on Christmas Eve. And Pat Riley said, I knew enough about my club that I knew that McAdoo would not be a disruptive force, as people had accused him of in the past. But you know McAdoo, you've talked to him in the past. What were the problems with him?
Well, he was a great player, and he wanted to win. And when he did what he thought the coaches wanted him to do.
Which was
and
score.
And when he was in Buffalo, they said score, score, score. And so he got in the habit of doing that. And you have to have a special kind of psyche to be a scorer because you have to shoot even when it's not working. And so people start saying you're shot hungry and shot happy and things like that. And if you're not winning, then they blame you.
There's nothing as bad in, I guess, basketball or life as a bad reputation that you have to live down. It's very tough to do it. 6 minutes and 49 seconds to go, and a steal by Maurice Cheeks. And Cheeks, a tremendous steal, and it's a 7-point Laker lead with 6:40 to go. Now, if Philadelphia wins this game, we don't even talk about MVP, do we? We go to a 7th game Thursday night. Nixon working against Clint Richardson and Rambis. Kareem is in the game with Magic Johnson and Wilkes and Norm Nixon. So they didn't block out. Simple as that. And Kurt Rambis got an easy bucket. The Lakers are playing superb basketball. They have fought off every threat by Philadelphia, including the big one. And Clint Richardson will go to the line. Team fouls right now, 4 on the Lakers and 2 on Philadelphia.
Now here's the shot. Norm Nixon takes the shot, bounces away, and there comes Kurt Rambis.
Well, they didn't block him out. You got to do that. So Clint Richardson is on the line. Personal foul was on Jamaal Wilkes, his 4th.
And both these teams come back right away.
George Allen, great football coach. And you've seen him in the past as CBS football commentator. 8-point lead. Winding down now to the halfway mark. In this 4th period, Kareem and a loose ball foul against Darryl Dawkins. And that may be it for him.
That is it for him.
Darryl Dawkins is fouled out of the game to the delight of the crowd. He scored 10 points, and he fouls out with 6 minutes exactly remaining. And Caldwell Jones, who is playing with 4 fouls, replaces him. Kareem inside, out to Nixon. Their 2-man game doesn't work there, but Kareem keeps it going, and a foul by Caldwell Jones, and that's his 5th.
And this drastically changes the Philadelphia setup.
Clint Richardson goes out, and Billy Cunningham's going to need some ammunition. And Andrew Toney is the man for it. Toney comes in with 24 points. Second to Julius's 28. Leading scorer for Los Angeles is Jamaal Wilkes with 23. And 6 players in double figures for the Lakers. Kareem misses. 4 for 7 before this shot from the free throw line. 5 for 8. 9-point lead. Sixers coming up. They've got Cheeks and Toney in the backcourt. Knocked away by Magic, and a foul call on Johnson. And that'll be the 15th foul on LA. And there is a penalty at Johnson's 4th foul. And Pat Riley, who lost in the 1966 NCAA championship game to Texas Western. His team lost, Kentucky did. Was an assistant coach to Paul Westhead 2 years ago when the Lakers won the world title over these Sixers. Trying to win it as a head coach. Bobby Jones with 4 points and 7 rebounds. Now 5 points in the ballgame. Well below his playoff average. 7-point Laker lead. Plenty of time. 5:35 on the clock. But keep in mind that Caldwell Jones is playing with 5 fouls.
And the Sixers have him trapped in the corner.
Darryl Dawkins is fouled out. And a turnover by LA. And Philadelphia trying to cut it to 5 now. They have extraordinarily fashion come back from back-to-the-wall situations repeatedly in these playoffs. Toney against Jamaal Wilkes. And it drops for him. Toney with 26 points. He wasn't a starter this year, but you can bet he'll be in the starting backcourt next year. How can you keep him out of there? 12 for 20 shooting, and the Lakers lead is cut to 5. And all of a sudden, it gets a little quiet here at the Forum.
as it should.
Here we are in the presentation room where the Los Angeles Lakers have defeated Philadelphia 114-104. And to my right is the commissioner of the NBA, Larry O'Brien. And to his right is Dr. Jerry Buss, who is the champion owner this year. And for the 13th year, we have a new champion. We haven't had a repeat since '69, and the Lakers have won 2 of the last 3. So, Larry, make the presentation to Jerry Buss here in a big day.
I'm going to do that, but first I think we all will join together in crediting the 76ers. This was a great series. They were very competitive, and it was a very intense series all the way. And as far as the champions are concerned, the world champions, I want to congratulate the entire Lakers team, Captain Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, Pat Riley, the coach, and his whole coaching crew, the organization, the Lakers, and the owner of the Lakers, Jerry Buss. This is the World Championship trophy. It's emblematic of the true world champion of basketball. It now goes into the possession of the Lakers. They are to retain it in perpetuity, and it is gold created by Tiffany. And let me lift it now, Jerry, and hand it to you with our congratulations.
Larry, I'm going to accept this trophy on behalf of the entire team and, of course, the very wonderful coaching staff who had a lot of adversity this year and somehow still brought it home. But most of all, I want to say thank you, and I'm going to accept this trophy also to the fans of the Lakers. I know there are millions and millions and millions of fans who watch this game tonight, and wherever you are, I want you to know the team won it for you, the fans. Thank you very much.
Jerry, I'd like to ask you a question here. Jerry, when you said adversity, a lot of people say, what kind of adversity can a team like the Lakers have with all those great stars? But you had to make a coaching change at a difficult time this year, and I know that you were on the spot because of it. It turned out to be a good move.
Well, as looking backwards, of course, it really worked out well for us. It's tough to make a coaching change in the middle of the year, and obviously we had great talent, but quite honestly, I think there are 3 or 4 teams around this league that have tremendous talent also. We won it, so I'll say we're the best, but there was a long, rough, hard going. My hat's off to Philadelphia.
Okay, you're looking at the champion Los Angeles Lakers and the crowd out on the court. A big night for the Lakers. And the executive producer of CBS Basketball, Jim Harrington, the game produced by Michael Burks and directed by Sandy Grossman. Our thanks to all of the technicians and all of us who have been part. Bob Stenner, Ed Gorin, Joan Vetrano, Bob Dunphy, Brett Crutcher, Bill Brown, Marty Aronoff, our statistician, and all of them. Bill, it's been a great year.
Yes, it has. I don't ever remember enjoying basketball any more than when we won.
Well, last year they finished by losing in the mini-series. They lost the opener in October, but they wind up the champions. And so this is Dick Stockton for Bill Russell saying so long from the Forum in Inglewood, where the Los Angeles Lakers have won the NBA World Championship 4-2 over the Philadelphia 76ers. Be sure to be with us this Saturday as CBS Sports Saturday presents the WBA Junior Featherweight Championship as Sergio Palma defends his crown against Leo Cruz, 4:30 Eastern, 3:30 Central on CBS Sports. The NBA on CBS is a presentation of CBS Sports. The question now, is this going to be Philadelphia's last run? They were down by 11 and now cut it to 5. The important timeout story, LA has 3, Philadelphia 3, but the Lakers also have a 22nd timeout at their behest. 5:12 remaining, 4th period. The Lakers are already over the penalty with 5 team fouls. Sixers have 4. But Dawkins is fouled out for Philadelphia, and Caldwell Jones is playing with 5. You're looking at the Philadelphia trap. 5-point game. Sixer team based on defense. Team that's played better than people anticipated all year. Wilkes. Toney. And it's kept alive. It's going to be Philadelphia ball, and they used all 24 seconds. Big game for Pat Riley. He doesn't want to go back to Philly for Game 7 Thursday. Cunningham, that's all he wants. 4:47 on the clock. The Lakers established a record. They won 9 straight, marked for consecutive victories in one season in the playoffs before the Sixers knocked them off in Game 2. Toney is short, and it's still Sixer ball. Last touch by McAdoo.
And it's plays like that that make Riley age 2 years every minute.
They have 24 seconds on their shot clock. Out to Toney. 103-98. The Philadelphia season could be wrapped up here in the last 4.5 minutes. They don't do it here, they don't do it. Loop it into Julius. This is the shot inside. And it's L.A. The Lakers. As the game all of a sudden has become a half-court battle. Nixon looking in low to Kareem. He knows Caldwell Jones is 5. And now offensive foul against Kareem. His 3rd foul. Pat Riley, 5 of 9 years of his active career with the Lakers. He was also an announcer on the Laker Radio Network. He'd say he's done everything. Toney. Andrew Toney brings the Sixers to within 3 points with 3:51 to go. High drama at the Forum in Inglewood.
Now, I think you'll see a lot of half court for the rest of the way. You won't see very much fast breaking now.
You know they like to get C. Jones out of there, and Nixon is looking that way now. Kareem away from the hoop. Scott hooks. Jamaal Wilkes, offensive board. Anyone's ball. Bobby Jones fights, but McAdoo winds up with it at a new clock. 3:20 in the game, or at least the 4th period. Nixon. And all of a sudden, this game has turned into a deliberate ball game. That's how much is riding. Kareem hook. Kareem again. And does Billy Cunningham's face tell it all there? Big basket by Kareem.
And that's what you call a shooter's bounce. When the scorer is shooting, it bounces around and bounces in.
Foul is on Andrew Toney, his 5th foul. They've expected so much of this man over the years. You almost take him for granted. He's a given, but the fact remains he has to do it. And as the 2nd all-time scorer, badly wants to win a title tonight. His 3rd title. 18 points, 9 rebounds, and 5 block shots. 6-point game. Winding down to 3 minutes to go. 4th period. Maurice Cheeks. Bobby Jones crashes the board, but McAdoo gets it to Wilkes. Wilkes. And it's an 8-point game.
And a great play by Bob McAdoo, getting that out there and getting it past him for the fast break.
Kareem Abdul-Jabbar was not around. He was injured the last time LA won the title in 1980. He went out in Game 5, but you can see his expression. He can taste it right now. And Bob McAdoo, what an incredible story for the Los Angeles Lakers. He had played with the Knicks, with the Nets, with the Boston Celtics, with Detroit, and of course Buffalo, 3-time scoring champ, Rookie of the Year, MVP. But what does that mean if you never wear a World Championship ring? In this game, McAdoo 16 points, 7 rebounds, and 3 block shots. And what about that team? There's McAdoo again. What about that team? A team whose biggest battles in recent years have been with the Celtics in the Atlantic Division. This year, they lost by 5 games, and then a dramatic 7th game victory in Boston. But how long and how much can they go to the well? They came back in Game 2, they came back Sunday, and they face elimination as we have The clock is running down now. They're going to have to reset the clock. But those people who talk about the Philadelphia 76ers and not winning big games, this is their third world title try in the last 6 years. And maybe they will go down this year. But a lot of clubs would have liked that change, right?
You have to get there. And they're getting there time and time again. I know that we played the Lakers in the championship 6 times. And they win a championship at least 6 or 7 times here before they ever won one. But you got to get there. You got to keep getting there. Teams don't choke. What happens is teams beat the teams to get to the championship, and they lose to a better team.
Timeout Story. LA also has a 20-second timeout. All right, the final minutes. 8-point lead. Don't forget, Andrew Toney can hit a 3-point shot. He's prolific, and that's why Norm Nixon is watching him. Kareem on the switch, inside to Julius Erving. And a foul. An illegal defense has been called against the Lakers, and that will be a technical foul to be shot.
And I think it's on Magic Johnson, but I'm not sure.
The second call on an illegal defense. And for the fans who haven't been watching, if you're playing a zone and not guarding a player, you can be called for an illegal defense. It gets very and highly technical on which side of the court you stand and how high up you are. Andrew Toney hits the tee. Magic in the middle again.
Here's Magic in the middle there, and there's no one near him, so they shoot the tee.
7-point lead. For Philadelphia, Andrew Toney and Julius have 57 of their 101 points. Bobby Jones, foul inside. And Magic Johnson gets the finger from Madden. He's pointed for getting the foul, and for Magic, his 5th personal foul. 2:26 to go. And with Toney, with the 3-point shot available, you can never count the Sixers out.
And they won't start thinking about that for another couple of minutes.
6-point lead.
That technically could be a very important play in that it gives them a chance to get a 3-point play without having to shoot the 22-foot shot.
Missed the shot. 108-102, 2:24 to go. Only 3 times in the last 12 years has a team won the World Championship on its home court. Last time, Portland in 1977. Lakers, look at that pass. And a great pass. Didn't go down, you're right. Everything but a basket. And Philly can cut it now to 4. 2 minutes to go. Toney misses the shot. Lakers trap. Open man. Nixon finds an opening. And that could be the big one. That could be the big basket. 8-point lead with 1:43 to go. They're anxious, but they can't say it yet. Maurice Cheeks misses. Kareem fighting for the loose ball. Less than 2 minutes, you see it, 1:25. And Cheeks blocks the shot, then commits the foul. And time is running out on the Sixers. And the crowd knows it. Pat Riley from Schenectady, New York.
And he's an old man now.
MVP at Kentucky for 3 years. And some of the fans have already begun celebrating. The Lakers.
There's plenty of time left.
Yes, there is. But the Lakers are playing with the style of a champion right now.
They definitely have control of it. Now, if Jamaal Wilkes makes these 2 free throws, that'll make it tough. But you always got the threat of Andrew Toney getting the 3-pointers. He can make 3 or 4 in a row.
A word about Pat Riley now. Pat Riley said, I always wondered what kind of a coach I could be. And he was tested late in January and early February when the Lakers were having problems on defense. They were losing. They weren't getting blocked shots or defensive rebounds. And it was time for Pat to go to Kareem to say, I need some help here. He said, who am I to talk to Kareem? He's a great star, and I wasn't. He expressed fear in doing it, but he went to Kareem. Kareem was accommodating, and he said, if I can work with Kareem Abdul-Jabbar, I could work with anyone, and that was a turning point.
Silk and Norman, you handle, okay? Come up a little higher here.
And the Philadelphia bench. Magic Johnson has been voted the most valuable player of this championship playoff. His second MVP in 3 years. And last year, he was out for 45 games with an injured knee as the Lakers lost in the mini-series. And it was Magic who threw up that last futile shot against Houston. And when we started this season, Bill Russell, back on October 30th, they lost in double overtime to the same Houston team. But things have changed since then. Sixer bench, they're not out of it, but it's getting to that point real fast. Point lead, 1:20 to go. Cheeks blocked by Magic. He has 11 points, 13 assists, and 12 rebounds. And they're on their feet at the fourth. And a foul by Cheeks. Pat Riley replaced Paul Westhead on November the 13th, the day after Magic Johnson asked to be traded publicly. All of a sudden, Magic was the bad guy, and Riley was on the spot. And then the Lakers lost Mitch Kupchak, the man who was supposed to be the final piece of the puzzle. And Rambis filled in the long shot free agent. But the Lakers and Rambis, all part of it, had it when they needed it. They finished the regular season strong, and the playoffs have been theirs. Less than a minute to go. Julius Erving. And a foul. 55 seconds, a 12-point lead by the Lakers. Kareem, 4 fouls, but that's all academic. Flint Richardson in for Bobby Jones. Philadelphia cut the lead to 3 with 3:45 to go, but Kareem hit a 3-point play to turn things around. And now LA is leading by 11. And they're going to be popping the corks in the Laker dressing room shortly, and we'll have it all for you. Post-game festivities, Julius Erving has 30 points, and that's his series high. That's how much time before the end of this championship series. Jamaal Wilkes. This is the outside shot. 10-point lead. Julius Erving. Oh, man. Rebound. McAdoo. That's the time the Lakers will be crowned champions for the 13th consecutive year, a new champion in the NBA. Here to the new champs, the Lakers. It's over. Jerry Buss, the Lakers owner, what a big day this is for him. The LA Lakers have won it at home, their second world championship in 3 years, and their third world championship since moving to Los Angeles. And there's the scene inside the Laker dressing room, and Pat Riley has done it. He was not just a push-button coach at all, was he, Bill?
He did a great job. He did just about. He gave these guys just the right amount of help, and he knew how to get in the way and get out of the way. He never overcoached, and he never undercoached.
Told his team, let's have an instant replay from 1980. Here's Brent Musburger.
Love it.
Go, Brent.
Pat, congratulations. Fantastic job.
I'll tell you what, Brent, it's been a long year. There's been a lot of adversity with this team. The players deserve all the credit because they're the ones that played. They trusted me early in the season when I didn't know what I was doing, and we've come a long way. That's
What was the turning point for Pat Riley? When did this team start to believe in your leadership?
Well, I just think they believed in themselves. I was out there just sort of throwing a little bit. Hit them right there. Doing it. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, Brent. Thank you, everybody.
Congratulations. Let's grab some of these players. Bob McAdoo. Bob, get over here. Congratulations. What a story you are this year. Tell me what your emotions are right now.
This is the happiest moment in my life right now. It's taken me 10 years to get here, and I'm finally here.
Did you ever begin to doubt and believe those critics that you'd never be able to play again as you were finished?
I've always believed. I can't play when I'm hurt. That's what I tried to do in Detroit. I'm playing healthy now, and we're the champs.
What about this ball club? Tell me about the people on this team. What are your thoughts about Magic and Kareem?
It's a class organization. It's a class. Come here, boy. Yeah, finally got one.
Magic, congratulations. Tell me what Bob McAdoo has meant to this team.
I tell you, an offensive weapon coming off the bench. A big man who can do it all, run the court, block shots too. He's just a big weapon. I tell you, I'm just glad that we had him on our team.
All right, the celebration continues here in the Laker locker room. And right now, let's go back to Dick Stockton.
All right. Woo!